My new housekeeper was on top of me when I woke up. Her reason left me speechless. I came to Elysia Station for the quiet, after my promotion fell apart on Earth, after a scandal I didn't deserve but couldn't escape. I accepted the transfer to a research facility orbiting Loyton B. Elysia was cold space, soft metal corridors, labs humming under bioluminescent lights. Just what I needed: detachment, distance, anonymity. The housing modules were partly prefabricated, partly organic. My module, Unit 27 Delta, had transparent floor panels, views of nebulae, and an AI named Meru integrated into walls, floors, pipes. The contract said I'd have a domestic assistant, one who was culturally aware, cross-species certified, temperament matched. I wasn't particular. I ticked some preferences: efficiency, discreet, capable of adjusting to human sleep patterns, and clicked assign. Her name arrived: Kyra Thal Veer, blonde hair with silver streaks, skin with violet undertones, accent unplaceable. The message said she'd already been installed. Maybe they expected I'd arrive and sleep. The first night, I lay in the bed that felt like floating water mattress. I could still taste recycled air and regret. I drifted off somewhere near midnight. I woke in darkness. My body felt trapped, pressed under soft weight. I opened my eyes. Something luminous moved above me. It was her, Kira. She was perched over me, long limbs folded, hair shimmering faintly in the module's low light. Her violet eyes glowed, bioluminescent flecks across her skin visible. "James," she said. The voice was soft, warm, resonant, like wood and wind. I tried to move. She gently placed a hand over my diaphragm, pausing my breath. "Do not startle," she whispered. "It is the Thal custom to greet the transferred inhabitant by the synchronization." "Synchronization?" My voice cracked. "By, climbing on top?" Kira tilted her head, her hair falling like a veil. "Yes. Among my people, it is customary for the caretaker to initiate first waking contact. It binds the scent, the breath, the heartbeat. It ensures trust. Without it, misunderstandings grow." I considered the statement. The module's dim panels showed her silhouette against drifting stars. Her skin faintly pulsed with pale lavender light. Her frame was slender, but she had weight. I felt warmth, oddly calming despite the intrusion. "Is this legal around here?" I asked, half joking, half serious. She smiled, a small curl of lips. "Legal? Somewhere in the interspecies code, yes. It must be done once only. Then the bond is recorded. The protocols permit further contact only with mutual consent." I exhaled. "Okay, once." She shifted, rising gracefully off me. She floated to the edge of bed space, almost as if stepping through water. "Thank you," she said. I nodded. And then I slept again, though sleep felt different, less lonely. Over the next 2 days, I saw her perform tasks with an efficiency I found both soothing and unsettling. She cleaned panels, adjusted atmosphere regulators, purified water cycles. She cooked synthetic proteins and algae pastes. She remembered I preferred coffee with plant cream and 2 sugar cubes, even though I had mentioned it only once when I arrived. At night, I heard her footsteps outside my door, sometimes gentle humming in frequencies I couldn't quite place. The third morning arrived nearly before I realized it. I woke again to her in the synchronization posture, chest to chest, her breath mingling with mine. But this time, something in her eyes looked extra mindful, searching. She held me still, whispering, "Your distress patterns rose last night. Echoes of Earth, lost voices, guilt." I stiffened. I hadn't thought my sleepless dreams were so audible. I began, but she placed a finger to my lips. "It is part of the bond," she said, "to map more than surface, to know the tremors beneath." When she stepped away, I felt raw, exposed, but also strangely relieved, as though someone had acknowledged what I tried to hide. After that, the synchronization ceased. The once-only ritual had occurred. Protocol fulfilled. She no longer climbed onto my bed, no longer pressed me for recognition of my wounds. She became more reserved, but the residual aftershocks of shared scent, of breath echoes, remained. I found myself waiting for her to appear in doorways, To gently touch the inside of my wrist when passing. To hum. One evening I found her crouched by the observation window, gazing out at the twin suns setting over Leyton B's greenish haze. She wasn't working. The lab around her silent. I knocked softly. "You watch The Expanse?" I said. "I assume there's something you think about." Kira didn't turn immediately. When she did, her eyes had an alien sorrow. "My birth world," she said. "I glide across windows like this, remembering how water touched stone, how air vibrated with voices. Here the stars are lovely, but they are places without touch." I sat beside her. My arm hovered, wanting to go around her, but I paused. She turned to me, then back to the skyline. "Do humans miss their birthplaces?" she asked, voice thin. "Yes, even when the present is better," I said. She nodded. "Then perhaps we share that longing." As time passed, we developed a rhythm. Kira would adjust environmental lighting at times I liked, dawn inside rather than harsh, cold, artificial blue. She brought me meals while watching me read. She placed pillows just so on the bed when I collapsed from exhaustion. I began to leave my music on. She tolerated it, sometimes standing nearby, listening. She was never invasive, only present. My old guilt, the one from Earth, from the career loss, from what I had run from, softened in her presence. She never asked for explanations, never demanded stories, just presence. Meanwhile, I wanted to ask more about her, about Thial customs, about what synchronization meant in her community, about the rules of consent and touch. But I hesitated, partly because I felt boundaries, partly because I felt vulnerable. One night, I dreamed of Earth. Rain-slick pavement, neon signs, a face I used to know. I woke gasping. Kira was in the doorway, silhouetted, watching. "Dreams again," she said. "Sorry," I said. She entered, sat on the bed's edge, and simply touched my elbow. "Light respectful. It is recorded," she said. "You are unsettled. Guilt. Loss. These things echo." I nodded. She didn't say more. In silence, she stayed until I slept again. 2 weeks in, I started to think the isolation, the cold, the years of hiding were less frightening now. Part of that was Kira, her efficiency, her softness, her unexpected care. Then the compliance officers arrived. Elysia Station, under treaty protocols, enforced strict guidelines. Non-human assistants are allowed carrying contact, the occasional touch, proximity, help. But anything that might suggest intimacy beyond caretaker duty must be reported. Basically, no cross-species romantic entanglement. They knocked mid-morning. I wasn't expecting them. They came in 3, 1 human, 2 others species various. Kira answered as I was reading in the daylight window. She was graceful even under scrutiny. "Dr. Reyes?" The human compliance officer nodded. "Yes, I'm Officer Lau. We perform periodic welfare and protocol checks. Housekeeping assistants, especially ones with synchronization rituals, are under review. We wish to ensure there is no protocol breach." Her tone polite but firm. I stood and Kira stood. Both of us stiffened. Kira carried herself with poise, but I sensed tension. "May we inspect living quarters, your schedule, your logs?" Officer Lau asked. Kira nodded. "Of course." They examined everything. My schedule, her logs of maintenance and care, meridian temperature records, modules, environmental monitors. They asked, "Any physical contact beyond what is needed for synchronization and caretaking?" Kira and I both said no. "Have you awoken together more than once?" the officer asked. Kira looked at me. I nodded. "That's allowed," the officer said, though the note in her tablet flickered. Some internal calculation. "Provided after synchronization, both parties consent." She looked at me. I met her gaze. "Then back to Kira. You consent?" she asked Kira. Kira's voice quiet. "Yes," the officer nodded. "Very well, continue. But both parties should document feelings. Keep contact limited to what is necessary. Any change, report immediately." They left. The tension remained long after they were gone. That night I sat at my desk. Kira had placed fresh tea across from me. Steam curled. The module's ambient lights were soft. "You did well," I said. Kira sipped. As required. The protocols are strict. I cannot fail. You don't have to fail. Or just do minimal. I hesitated. I want more. She raised a brow. More? Contact? Presence? Yes, not just caretaker and client. I want closeness, if you are willing. She didn't reply immediately. Her silver blonde hair glinted in the lamplight. Then she said, This is irregular, risky, but I have come to care for more than duty. The confession hovered in air. I stood, approached her, placed my hand over hers. Unlike Earth protocols of space, hers did not seem startled. She did not pull away. We held hands for a long moment. Over the following days, small changes. I woke to find her sitting beside me, feet on the floor, watching me wake. No weight on my chest, no ritual, simply presence. Sometimes our legs brushed. Sometimes our shoulders leaned. Sometimes we talked late, voices low, about how station windows reminded me of stained glass, and how on Thal they paint stories in the sky with migrating lights. She taught me phrases in Thal Vir, Marithval, meaning heart beside heart, Sanyan Lunet, echo of home. I taught her a joke I liked. She laughed unexpectedly, and the sound startled me pleasant. One night, after a long day of research, I collapsed into bed, exhausted. Kira hovered, brushing back my hair, an action I had once thought unimaginable. Her skin glowed faintly in darkness, her eyes pools of lavender. She leaned forward, whispering, "May I?" I swallowed. "Yes." She pressed her forehead against mine, breathing, scent, mingling. Not the synchronization ritual, but an invitation. I closed my eyes. In that moment, I understood the space between duty and love blurred. We lingered until dawn touches, until the station's lights shifted. When I woke fully, she lay beside me, arm over my chest, her breath slow. I did not push her away. Instead, I placed my hand over hers. I tasted dawn's stars. Weeks passed like tides. The compliance logs required updates. But I reported nothing that wasn't true, that I felt cared for. That I wanted this. That Kira was no longer simply my assistant. She was companion, confidant. We built rituals of our own. Dinner by Starview window at twilight. Shared playlists of human and Thal music. Folding of galaxies projected on ceiling panels. Sometimes we slept in uncoordinated warmth. Her hair across my pillow, my arm across her waist. When I spoke of Earth, she listened. When she spoke of Thal, about rivers of glowing spores, about songs in sky storms, I listened. I learned that their customs of touch and presence were radical. To be near someone, to breathe near someone, was an act of trust. Then the day came when I received message from EarthNet. An old friend, someone I thought lost, wanted to reach out. I hesitated. I had built this new life. Could I bridge both worlds? Kira noticed the tension. That evening, in our shared evening light, I showed her the message. "He wants to apologize," I said. "Tell me to come back, maybe salvage something." Kira's face turned gentle sadness. "If you return, will you keep what we have?" I didn't know. Earth was messy with memories, with guilt. But with her, the guilt was softer, the memories less painful. "I want both," I said. "I want to heal." "But I don't want to lose what here has become real." She took my hand. "Then stay. Wherever your heart is, that is home." Months into our cohabitation, the compliance officers came back. This time the tone was firmer. "Dr. Reyes," Officer Lau said, "there has been a petition. Some residents feel that your relationship with your assistant crosses forbidden intimacy. We must reassess." My chest tightened. I looked at Kira, her eyes steady. "I understand," I said. The officer asked, "Kira, do you still serve her caretaker duties?" She nodded. "And Dr. Reyes, do you still require her for vocational needs, or is this something else?" I looked her in the eye. "It is something else. She is more than that to me." There was silence. The officer pocketed her device. According to Treaty 47B, clause on adaptive consent, relationships are acceptable so long as no harm is done. Both parties consent, the community agrees via petition, and physical contact remains within agreed limits. The officer paused. "If you fill out the necessary forms, attend counseling sessions, and both of you sign, the relationship may be formalized." Kira turned to me. Will you do that? I nodded. Yes, with you. We filled out forms, we gave statements. We described how synchronization felt, what home meant, how presence healed. We sat with counselors, alien, human, mixed, who asked about boundaries, about power dynamics, about what consent truly meant. Through it all, I saw Kira's courage, admitting she desired more than protocol. I saw my own, confessing I needed her. I realized how much I had held on to shame, avoiding vulnerability. Then the vote came. The station's council met. Neighbors, other residents, fellow scientists, they asked, is this relationship harmful? Inappropriate? Does it violate social contract? I attended beside Kira. I spoke. She saved me without knowing it. For months I have healed. I am stronger for having allowed care. If interspecies love is forbidden, then so many essential connections would be cut. Others spoke. Fear, curiosity, admiration. Some hesitated. Some supportive. Many undecided. When the council voted, the result came clear. Agreement. Our relationship would be recognized under treaty as an adaptive companion partnership. Boundaries defined, rights assigned. That night, after the decision, Kira and I returned to our housing module. Stars glowed through panels. Nebula drifted. I lay down. She joined me, not in ritual, not as assistant, but as partner. She curled against me, a braid of hair across my shoulder, arm around my chest. I stared at the ceiling, at the drifting star patterns, at her breathing, calm and sure. Thank you, I said. For trusting, she answered. We lay like that, until the artificial dawn in module's lights faded, until real stars through viewport brightened. I woke slowly. I opened my eyes. She was still there just beside me, warm, no pressure, no pretense, just us. Sometimes I still remember Earth, rain-slick streets, loud muffled sounds, betrayal. But always I return to here, the feel of her skin, how her hair glows, how in silence she anchors me, how trust built slowly but deeply. Elysia Station is no longer exile. It is home, and Kyra is more than housekeeper, more than caretaker. More than the alien whose ritual startled me awake. She is the one who taught me presence. The one who taught me that intimacy is more than proximity. It is consent, respect, and shared breath. We built something irregular, something real, something ours. Some mornings she wakes before me. She simply watches. I open my eyes. Her silver blonde hair frames her face. She smiles. It's not protocol. It's gift. I reach out. She takes my hand, and that, her reason for being on top of me when I woke up, was never about ritual alone. It was about reminding me, here, with her, I was not alone. Here I was seen, and that was more than enough.